Some troubling thoughts that have been banging around randomly in my head these days are about to come out. Several Facebook friends, who are actually flesh and blood friends as well, have startled me with their predictions that armed conflict is coming within our society. They claim to have armed themselves in preparation for said conflict. Some of their predictions are based on the actions of that lawless few among the many peaceful protesters who've taken to the streets of major and minor cities in recent months. Others say it's because of some of the things a scant handful of those protesters have been demanding, such as the terribly misnamed defunding of police departments, and in one case demands that people in affluent neighborhoods should turn over their homes to those with lower or no incomes. Still, others have posted rants to the effect that there's going to be a revolution if this or that guy wins or loses in the upcoming presidential election. So these otherwise rational friends of mine have armed themselves to the teeth, or at least to the gums. They honestly believe they can lay in enough firearms and ammunition to be victorious in that war that they almost seem to want. Am I the only one who sees this as a mind-boggling and dangerous development? Do some among us really believe that inevitably we must find ourselves in opposing armed camps, in constant fear somebody with a gun and an ideology different from ours is going to burst into our home and kill us and run away with our worldly possessions? There is the matter of the Second Amendment, the Constitution. Now, for the record, it says, verbatim, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That can be parsed to say, the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, so that those arms can be used by a well-regulated militia that would then ensure the security of a free state. Far too many simply read that as carte blanche to own as many guns as you can afford, while ignoring the very specific part about a well-regulated militia. And there is nothing well-regulated about the current situation. I'm going to go out on a limb here. It seems to me if anarchy really were to break out in this country, neighbors engaging in numerous gun battles, risking life and limb of innocent bystanders, firing shots willy-nilly, it's inevitable that the U.S. military just might have to be deployed to bring the conflict to a halt. And while those who have stockpiled all those arms and ammunition in their home, or those with criminal intent who have done the same, might smugly think they are all set, neither side is even close to the arms, the ammunition, the tactics, and the personnel the military would deploy to break them up. There would be no right or wrong side in such a scenario. There simply would be victims of violence. Look, we have some major disagreements going on in society right now, and only a fool would say otherwise. But none of those disagreements can be resolved simply by shooting the other guy. Trying to understand where the other guy is coming from, or at least admitting it's okay to have differing points of view while still living side by side peacefully, seems to me a lot more reasonable than locking and loading.